Hey everyone, and welcome back to DG Tutorials. In this video, you're going to learn how to draw Bulbasaur from Pokemon. Okay, so right here I have the outline of Bulbasaur that I've already kind of drawn. If you're wondering what this X actually stands for, it's basically not connect the lines. That's basically what it stands for to me, okay? So, don't worry about it, okay? We're going to start. Um, okay, now when drawing Pokemons, you gotta remember something, alright? Most Pokemons, like for example, this Bulbasaur, Charmander, Pikachu, mostly every Pokemon, they're like creatures, okay? So they kind of follow that basic, you know, they kind of follow that basic structure of a body, right? So of course, first we have the head, next we have the torso, and lastly the legs, and of course since for Pokemons they're gonna have this special thing over here. For example, for Bulbasaur it's gonna be this seed right here. For Charmander it's the firing tail. Same for Charizard. Squirtle is the shell. So yeah, it's great that you can actually break down the drawing equally. Alright, so what we're gonna do now is that you're gonna go and create two layers. Alright, so okay, I think this should. Alright, okay, so for you guys right now, you guys are gonna have two layers right there like this. Okay, so what you're gonna do is that this layer right here, you're gonna leave it for doing the dots and the crosses. Okay, this layer right here, oops, sorry, this layer right here is where you're going to connect the lines, is where you are going to get the actual figure like on the screen right now. Okay, so um now if you're doing this on paper, all right, I'll recommend you to kind of just lightly do maybe a circle or something like that, okay, or just a small dot. And okay, remember, do it lightly, all right, and make sure that your pencil is sharpened and everything. Because so for example, when you're doing on paper, right, this second layer right here is where you're going to be placing your lightly drawn x's or crosses or circles or whatever. Okay, so when you're going to connect everything together, if you're using my method, then when you're going to connect, you're going to do it slightly harder. Okay, so you're going to make it a little bit darker. And when you're at the end of the drawing, once you've completed everything, what you're going to do is you're going to use eraser, and at the places where there's actually the lightly drawn dots or x's or whatever you're going to use, you're going to erase it, and you are going to connect the lines freehand, or if you want you can use a ruler. Okay, so that's basically the only downside to paper drawing, right? But for you guys, if you guys are doing it on a laptop or a tablet or whatever, basically you're doing it on a computer, a laptop, whatever, you guys can actually just create layers. And yeah, that's the advantage. All right, so we're going to start now. When I start, usually I will do this point first. Okay, so this one basically does the whole head. I basically just like a kind of like a 360. All right, so from here you're gonna bring it down just slightly, and you are gonna make a huge curve all the way until over here, so from one end to the other end. All right, so from the middle point, okay, it doesn't have to be the exact midpoint, just give or take. You're gonna place another dot over here, and this is gonna connect onto the legs and other parts. All right, but no, we're not gonna touch on that just yet. Okay, now from this point over here, you are gonna bring it up like this to over here. So basically, okay, let's do it again. Okay, so from this point, okay, from this point right here, you're gonna bring it up to right over here, right? So what you're gonna do is that you can actually just break it up. So you put one, and we're gonna put one. We're basically both in the same curved line. So when you're doing this, I recommend you guys to use the curve ruler. And so when it curves off, Okay, it's basically along the same. I'm not sure if I can get it right now. Okay, something like this. Oops. Okay, something like this. Alright, so it was okay, so it's kind of like together. Okay, when it connects on the dots and everything. Yep. Okay, so when you join this, okay, this connects from one point to this point over here. You're gonna join, and from somewhere you're gonna just erase it off. Okay, and what you're gonna do is that maybe from a point over here to a point over here, um just try to make sure that these two distances are kind of like the same. If it isn't the same, it doesn't really matter. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna kind of do a opposite U shape. Okay, so you're gonna connect this point, and you're gonna connect this point, and yeah, this is what you're gonna do. All right, that's exactly what you're gonna do. Now, if for let's say for any trouble that you have some problem connecting these 2 points, what you can do is that you can place a midpoint over here. So this dot, you're going to curve to this, and this dot right here is going to curve to this. Okay, but you should be able to kind of use the curve ruler to connect both dots together. Okay, so once you're done with that, you're going to move on to this here right here. Okay, now you're done with this point, you're going to bring it down over here, and you're basically just going to do the second year, which will bring it down all the way until somewhere over here, basically somewhere just above this point right here, quite above actually. So okay, you can bring it down to maybe until over here, and max maybe until over here, but the things that you cannot do is you cannot bring it out all the way until here. Okay, so yeah, just if you want to play safe, you can even do this shorter. Maybe you can do until over here, it doesn't matter. Okay, so now basically we're done with the head. So what you guys gonna do right now is that you guys can just switch the layer to the bottom one. Okay, basically this layer is we're gonna do dots, and this layer is we're gonna draw. So go to the bottom layer, the first layer, pause the video, and kind of take down the lines over here. Okay, so yeah, you guys can actually just pause the video and take down the lines. Okay, so once you guys are done with that, we're gonna move on to the torso. Okay, basically the body part. All right, so from this year right here, okay, what you're gonna do is that somewhere around the midpoint, you are gonna do another point like this right here. Okay, now it doesn't actually have to be exactly the midpoint, it can be slightly above, slightly below, doesn't matter. Okay, now okay, you're gonna plot one point over here first. Okay, we're not gonna touch on this first, this leaf area, right? What I did was that I did everything first. I just did the Bulbasaur without the seed over here, and once at the end everything was drawn, then I moved on to do the seed. Alright, this actually called, I think this actually called the seed. Alright, I'm not so sure what this really called. I just like calling the seed, so yeah. Okay, now over here from this point, okay, it kind of curves like this. Okay, now at this point right here, it kind of goes the opposite direction curve. Okay, so what I like to call this thing that happens over here is kind of like the reverse curve. Alright, there are gonna be two curves like this. So if you guys have trouble seeing it, basically this curve is going on this way, whereas at this point it kind of switches up to go downwards. Right, so they're kind of like doing the opposite motion. Okay, now you're going to draw a curve, and you're going to bring it down over here. So from this point to this point, if you guys really need, you guys can actually just plot a point over here, so you guys can kind of like break up your big curve into two smaller curves. All right, okay, now we're going to be doing the toes. Now the toes right here actually very easy to do. The only difficulty about this part is basically getting the size right. Okay, and now because of this app, the ruler doesn't have any measurements, so does the curve ruler. So I think some of it may look a bit of different. I think this looks quite good. They're quite similar sizes. Maybe I think this is a little bit small, this is quite big, this too. Okay, so um, basically when you're doing it, just make sure that you kind of have somewhat about the same size. All right, so how do you draw a toe? Very simply, when you got a point over here, you're gonna make a U shape like this. Okay, next we're gonna curve it down like this. Okay, and over here is gonna curve it down again. Again, this rule applies the reverse curve right here. Okay, the two curves and it goes in the reverse or opposite direction. Okay, same for the others. Okay, so from this point right here, the U shape, you're going to extend it. It can be a curve, it can be a straight, doesn't matter. For me, this is supposed to be a curve over here. Okay, supposed to be something like this. Okay, again, same thing you're going to do is you're going to do the U shape like this. It can be same height, different height, doesn't matter. Okay, you're going to do the same thing again. So I'm on this point and this point goes down. Then you're going to connect it like this. Okay, next, again, the same thing. Okay, you're gonna make the U shape. Now this point is gonna be very high because I'm gonna connect on to the leg. Alright, so same thing over here again. One curve, the other curve connects on, and yeah. So what you guys can do right now? Okay, maybe I'll toggle this off. So switch the layer to your drawing layer, and you can actually just take down this part first. Okay. Yeah, I think this should be good. Alright, so yeah, just take it down. Okay, pause the video. Okay, so once we're done with that, okay, I need this. Alright, so from this point right here, you're gonna connect it up to somewhere over here. Okay, like this. Okay, so from one point it's gonna curve up like this. Okay, in case. So how do you do this sort of curve using a curve ruler? Very simple. Alright, now when I'm plotting the points over here, right? Um, they do have a second kind of purpose. All right, so you see when you kind of adjust the middle point over here, you can get a straight looking curve just like this. So yeah, that's basically how you kind of do it. Okay, so you kind of have to adjust the middleman over here. So usually curves will kind of look like this. What you can do is that you can try bring this lower, higher. It you have to it's basically just trial and error to find it. All right, so maybe after maybe over here, maybe this how the point's supposed to be. Yeah, okay, something like this. All right, now again you can break up the curve. For example, over here it's kind of broken up, and this sort, okay, this is not a straight line. All right, this is just a slightly curved line. Okay, so um from this point over here, you're going to do the exact same thing. Again, you're going to curve it down. Okay, so when you actually kind of draw the two curves, right, what you're going to do very simply is that from either point, it can be lower, but it can't be like this. Right, maybe from this point to about over here. Okay, this is the max. You are going to kind of draw a straight line that's going to connect. You're making this into like a triangle. All right, so um yeah, okay, you know what, you guys can just pause the video and take down this part first. Okay, alright, okay, so now as similar to this part that we've done right here, we're going to do the exact same thing. Going to make the U shape, the two curves. Okay, again the U shape, the two curves like this. Okay, now over here is quite important. All right, so when you've drawn the U shape, okay, let's say this is the U shape right here, and it goes down like this. Okay, imaginary line right here. Okay, the U shape. At the top over here, what you're going to do is you're going to have another point, and this is going to connect on to make the second leg. All right, so this is the first leg, the second leg, third leg, and somewhere down there is going to be the fourth leg. All right, so mm, alright, yeah, so from this point, right, okay, you know what, you guys, sorry, just pause the video and take down the legs first. All right, actually this part is quite important, so yeah, let's take it down first. Okay, so once you're done with that, okay, make sure that you have this point right here. This is very important because you're going to connect it up. Okay, yeah, it may just seem like a one simple straight line like this, a curve like this, but actually when you can't look at the bigger picture, it does have, yeah, it's just one nice smooth slightly curved line which actually makes up an entire leg. So as you see, this drawing, it may look big and all, but it's just basic lines. All right, so from this point over here, okay, we're gonna go back a little bit. Okay, this is kind of optional. All right, you don't have to do it. Okay, you're gonna place one point over here, maybe in a midpoint, and you're just going to bring it up curve. You can bring it like this, you can bring it maybe at the same height over here, you can bring it slightly shorter, doesn't matter. Of course, preferably if you could make them at the same height, just like this. Okay, then yeah, but it doesn't matter. Okay, no one cares about that much too much. So now you're done with the first leg, second leg, and you're done with the head. So you're gonna move on to the third part right here. Okay, so now from this point, remember when we brought it up, okay, again, sort of the midpoint again, you are going to plot a dot. Now remember from the very beginning, I said that from over here to over here in a midpoint you're going to place a dot. That's why this dot is important right now, because it connects these two together, and you're going to form the third leg right here. Okay, so now this part over here is kind of the underside. All right, so yeah, it is quite important to do. If you're going to do the above, you need to do the under too. All right, that's a rule. Okay, so now from this point over here, okay, again, okay, most of it is kind of like the midpoint. All right, most of it doesn't really go to about over here, some does. Okay, but I think all three of them was kind of towards the midpoint. Okay, all of them. So what you can do again, the same rule applies basic. All right, do a curve. Okay, make sure that there's kind of like a U shape over here. You're gonna do the double curve kind of thing. Next, again, you're going to do a straight line, a curved line, up to you, but just make sure it's short like this. Okay, again, you're going to do the U shape like this. You're going to make a curve and it's going to connect. Same again. Now when you're doing the last two that connects up this thing, right, you won't have this line that connects to make it sure it's a U shape right here. So you need to be a little bit imaginative and kind of draw your own imaginary line. That's why we have this layer, and that's why even though this layer gets erased at the end, spoiler alert, it's still very important for you to have this layer so that you can actually have the end result. Okay, so okay, so if you really want to have the imaginary line, right, do not use the paintbrush. Do not use the same brush that you're using to plot the points. Use something smaller, like something like this. Okay, so at least you can kind of see there's a bit of difference. Or if you really want, use a different brush and a different color. Alright, so now with this point over here, if you imagine a U shape, you're gonna draw one point over here. Oops, the same rule, right? The same rule as this, the imaginary U line, and draw this point over here. Okay, now of course this goes down and connects everything. Okay, next, so from this point right here to this point, okay, you're going to connect it. All right, okay, now the point over here, it's kind of like okay, from this point right here to this point, you can kind of take it once again and is slightly halved the midpoint, and you're going to kind of connect it. All right, so over here, no, I think that's good. Okay, let's zoom it in a bit more. Yeah, okay, so you guys can actually take it down right now. Yeah, so pause the video, remember to switch the layer, and yeah, take down the leg first. Okay, so once you are done, you should already have almost everything done. Okay, so first we already covered the head. Doesn't matter if it's without the eyes and the mouth. Alright, we get to that later. We have already done the legs. Doesn't matter if it's without this. We've done the toes. So you basically have the structure down. It's completed. You have the structure down. You have the ears drawn. Everything. Okay. Now what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna go back to the face, and we're going to draw the eyes. Now, I know looking at this, it looks like something scary. It looks like something out of a horror movie, but trust me, it's in the thumbnail. When I add in the colors, it seems a little bit non-scary, alright? So, okay, let's talk about how to do the eyes first, okay? Now, again, since this kind is not looking straight, alright, it's turned. Maybe I would say 45 degrees or 40 degrees, okay? So, it's important to know a few things, right? First, eye size difference, okay? So it's a rule. Whenever you are doing a drawing that is curved or it's not directly facing you, the eyes is going to change in size, not because it's literally a smaller eye, but it's because of a matter of perspective, okay? Your point of view, okay? So, so let's do the to me it's the left eye, right? I mean, to you guys it's also the left eye. Okay, now to do eyes, it's very simple. All right, basically you're going to create 2 points over here, and they're going to be curved downwards. Okay, and you're going to do this point over here, so you're going to connect these 2 points like this. Okay, now you can do this point again, or if you really want, you can choose another point to do this. For me, I just use the same point over here, and I did this curve. Okay, I did this curve inside, and um yeah, that basically just creates the first eye. Now doing the eyes is actually very simple. Okay, doing the eyebrow is actually the simplest part. All right, so yeah, you guys can pause the video, switch the layer, and yeah, take down the eyes first. Alright, so once we're done with that, we're gonna move on to the second eye. Now remember, the thing that it's facing, okay, for example, this thing is facing towards the right, okay, so the right eye is going to be smaller, the left eye is going to be bigger. Alright, the thing that is facing, okay, how do I say this? For example, if this picture were to be facing the reverse, the um we're facing left, then the right eye is going to be bigger, the left eye is going to be smaller, right? So this whatever creature you're drawing, whatever you're drawing, wherever it's facing, that part is going to be smaller a little bit, especially the eyes. Take note, the eyes are very important. The legs, yeah, that's kind of my mistake. Okay, not really kind of a mistake, because you can see this part is still bigger, this part is small, right? Okay, so um let's do the um right, left, right. Let's do the right eye first. Okay, let's do the right eye now. The same logic still, okay. The basic thing of the eye doesn't change. It's still the same logic. It's still gonna be slightly curved. Okay, I don't know why I didn't do the curved part down here. My mistake. Okay, so if you really want, you can just bring it down. No, sorry. You're going to take it down. Remember, this is supposed to be just slightly curved. Okay, supposed to still follow the exact same rule of this. Bring it up like this over here. Okay, and over here supposed to be kind of smooth. Alright. So yeah. Okay, but now this is going to be changed a little bit. Alright. You cannot use this point over here and draw the curved line. If you use this point, okay, now look at this point right here, right? In the middle, there's so much space, right? So use this point to draw the curved line, no problem. But you're going to use this point right here to draw the curved line. it's because there's too little space, so you cannot use this point to draw the curved line. So what you're going to do is you're going to maybe bring it down. You can bring it down to over here, bring it down to over here, as long as you bring it down slightly and not too much like over here. Okay, fine. So I chose this point right here, and maybe over here if you want, you just bring it down to somewhere over here. Or if you guys really want, by using the ruler, okay, what you guys, so for example, if you have no idea where to place this point, you have no idea, you can kind of just use this and just do your curved line. So wherever this point leads you to, as long as it's close to, as long as it isn't like over here, it's somewhere along the midpoint. So for example, this is the midpoint right here. As long as it's somewhere along this region right here, it's okay. All right, so apparently the point was over here. Again, you're going to do another curve. This is actually the eyeball right here. Okay, so now normal human, basically normal humans, we have our eyeball, which is black, the eye white, which is white, and okay, now for Bulbasaur, this is its unique thing. Alright, for basically Pokemon, it's gonna have this thing. We're just gonna leave it white. Alright, okay, so now I'm gonna do the mouth. Alright, okay, so that's the same thing like what we did over here. You're still gonna bring it down. It can be straight, it can be curved like this, doesn't matter. Alright, but if you really want, then yeah, I would say try to make it curved, just like this point right here. It's kind of like basically the same. If you guys notice that it goes like this to somewhere over here. Yeah, so it's basically the same as what you're drawing down here. Alright, so from, so you're going to use a carefully, you draw this point, right? Okay, and place a point right here, place a point right here, somewhere along these two lines. Alright, if you really want to be extremely accurate, you can try to somehow measure these points and make them the same, but to me it didn't really matter so much. But all I did was I placed this point right here. I made sure that at least they both looked the same. Okay, the same distance, I mean, don't they look the same? To me they kind of do. Alright, so draw like a smiley face right here, and from the inner part over here you are going to draw this. Okay, alright, so yep, okay, so yeah, you guys can pause the video. So now the eyeball is very simple, just basically a curved line pointing this way. But yeah, okay, so you guys really want, pause the video right now, remember to switch the layers, and yeah, you can draw the right eye and the mouth. Okay, so once you are done with that, we are basically almost done. Okay, now to do this patterns right here is purely optional. You can leave them out if you really want to. Okay, this is kind of a mistake I made. Alright, because I thought at first I thought to do a triangle, then I thought, you know, doing this patches will look much more better. And yeah, so basically if you really want to do from any point, you can kind of just like create patches like this. So for example, it goes curved, something like this. Okay, now remember, they are not circles. All right, they're kind of just like um four-sided figures, quadrilaterals. Yeah, quadrilaterals. Now for example, over here what I kind of did was that, if you guys want, you can just follow this pattern. All right, okay, I kind of just did this over here in the middle. I didn't connect it or whatever. Okay, I just did the over here like this. On top, yep, remember doing this. Okay, now for the top over here, okay, doing the patch, right, is going to connect on to the seed. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so now actually this patch right here that I did was actually, I guess, the one that I found to be the most important, because this patch right here kind of connected up to the seed. So yeah, now a mistake that I made is that since I was doing the patches on this side, I did not do it on this side, so that's my mistake. So for example, over here you can draw a curve like this. Then for over here you can bring it down and you're going to connect it just like this. Just something like this. It can even just be like this, just an U shape like this. It doesn't matter, right? But as long as they are about the same, okay? So for example, um, oh yeah, okay, maybe you know what, I should try making this a bit higher. I mean, I still can, yeah. Should just make this a bit like this, and yep. Okay, so it's kind of going to just connect each other. Remember to use a curve ruler when doing this, right? Do not do what I'm doing right here. Okay, so yeah, again, I'm not going to edit one patch over here because this link is relatively small. But yeah, okay, now the patches, you know what, we can just omit this out, we don't need this. All right, so you guys can pause the video and take down the patch. Remember, this is optional, so yeah, it's not really necessary to do this. If you really want, then yeah, sure, go ahead. So yeah, if you want, pause the video and take down the patches. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the final part of the drawing, which is basically doing the seed. Alright, so from over here you're going to create another point right here. Okay, from the ears, another point, and the line connecting both ears together, this line right there, another point. So first we're going to start off from the bottom point, the biggest kind of thing. You're going to draw a curve like this. Okay, you're going to draw a curve nicely. Okay, and over here at this point, again you're going to use the same reverse curve rule right here. Okay, now if you really want, you can kind of add another point over here, because this point is basically where it starts becoming straight. So you see, this point to this point, it was so curved, right? And from this point onwards, it starts to become straight until it reaches this point, which it curves up. Okay, next, from this point you're going to do the same wave motion. Okay, you're going to bring it down. Okay, yeah, okay, so from here, if you want, you can just connect it until here, it doesn't matter, as long as it doesn't reach this point over here. Okay, if this dot, your endpoint, reaches somewhere over here, something is really wrong. You should really check it out. All right, so the same thing. Okay, this is basically the same rule over here. Okay, this point, right? So you're gonna break it up. Now this point, it goes over here like this. Okay, it's going down, and at somewhere over here it kind of does the reverse rule option again until it goes down over here. Now I'm going to break this point up again, because if you notice nicely, you can actually see that it kind of curve, and this brings it down over here. Okay, now we're going to use the top. Okay, we're not going to use the bottom. Okay, if you really want, you guys can actually just use the bottom. It's still the same concept, right? From over here, we're going to bring it up just like this. Okay, so from this point again it goes down. Okay, I can just break it up, because when it goes towards this point over here, it kind of becomes straight until it gradually from over here starts to curve down this way. Okay, so yes, although it looks very big, this part over here, if you notice, we just did it in an instant. Was at 1 o'clock I started doing this. I finished at 1:03 a.m. 1 a.m. I started. Alright, I didn't take from 1 p.m. to 1:03. No, okay. So very fast, and yeah, that is basically it. So if you want actually, so we actually guys, so yeah, so we can just pause the video right now, take it down. Let me just try to get it at a larger view. Yep, okay, this is the largest thing go. So yeah, pause the video. Remember to switch the layers and take down the feet. All right. Okay. So when you're done, you will actually have the full Bulbasaur drawn. Uh, Basically to spare me some time. Okay. The what is this? Okay, so the one with the X layer, the X cross right here, we don't need it, but I thought I deleted it, but I guess I didn't. Okay, increase this. Okay, what does this actually do? Okay, alright, so basically once you are happy with this drawing that you have over here, what you can go ahead and do, sorry, this is my mistake. I think something may have happened, wrong layers and all that. But basically what you can do, go ahead and delete your guide layer, right? That's why I like to call that layer, right? The guide layer. Remember, it's not going to be shown in the actual drawing, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't deserve credit for the hard work, alright? Because without that layer, I can't draw this, alright? So now you're going to create another layer, a completely new layer, and you're going to place it below. For those of you who are new to this channel, I will explain it in a short time. Alright, so um, we are going to go ahead and start with the coloring. Okay, so now the colors are basically okay. Most of the colors are going to be green. Alright, okay. Now the darker green option right here, like this, if you guys want, you can just take down the numbers. Okay, um yeah, it's something like this. Or if you guys really want, you can kind of change it a little bit. Okay, but remember, it's not going to be black. All right, that's completely wrong. Okay, let's say it like this. Okay, let's say this color right here. Okay, so take down the numbers. Okay, let me just test it out first. Oops, wrong layer, sorry. Okay, um yeah, okay, this layer works. I mean, this color works. So there you guys have seen what I just did. So you can just take down the colors. If you want, you can make it just slightly darker, but I think this color is good enough. Alright, so 116, 64, 37, HSL. Alright, okay, so if you just seen just now, you're gonna do the leaf, you're gonna do the patches over here. Okay, you know, I'm still leaving this part over here. I like it. Alright, okay. And okay, you've seen the thumbnail that I kind of did a point over here like this, right? So yeah, you're going to do another patch over here, and you're going to add in the same color. All right, okay. So with this, you actually can use it on the eyes too. Yes, let me just put it in. Okay, next, another, but um okay, yep, like this. I think it should be good. Basically, it's going to be the rest of it. Okay, I know this looks a little bit different from the one in the thumbnail, but yeah, I mean, it still kind of looks good, doesn't it? or if you guys want, you can try changing the color. Oops. Let's see, maybe this. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna stick with this. I kind of like this. All right. To me, I kind of like this. If you guys don't like it, then yeah, feel free to change the color. But if you do like it, then yeah, check down the number HSL. Okay. Yeah. So basically, this light green is basically gonna fill up the whole body right here. Um. Okay, my mistake. Sorry. Okay, the same color for the patch or for this part right here. You are going to use it for the under part right here, like this. Okay, now for the mouth, simply it's gonna be a red color, pinkish towards this area right here. Okay, if you let me just try it out. Yep, okay, exact. All right, take down the color 341, 89, and 49 HSL. This is a good color, I would say, right? Because it really is like the color of a mouth. This part you're going to leave it as white, alright? You're not going to change it. And yep, that's it. Okay, now the nails right here, you're not going to do anything with it except for the fact that you are going to fill it white. You're going to white fill the toes right here. Don't worry, when I'm doing the next part will basically explain everything. Alright, okay, let me just cancel. Oops. Okay, alright, so now you may be asking yourself, why did I color the toes over here when it's white, but the background is also white? So why did I do that? Simple explanation for those of you who are new to this channel. It's because of this layer, the aura part. Okay, so if I didn't color, right, let's just say a few, all right. Okay, now for the aura Bulbasaur, we're just going to be using a typical green. All right, there's no exact color. Just I'm gonna go and switch it to green, and it's gonna be something. Let's see, color editor. We're gonna move this one to green, maybe in the middle down here. Make it like this, bright green. Yep, looks good. Okay, so what I did basically, first the body and the aura, when you kind of color them, right, they must be different. And so this one, so yeah, they're both different. Objective met. Okay, now this is without the fill option, right? Remember, I just undo it, right? So different with the underneath layer right here, and you didn't fill this. What basically won't happen when you're going to trace this, it will go inside. So what I did was that after using, oops, so I do it again. So what I did was that I switched it to white, or if you guys want, you can actually just switch it to a little bit of grayish like this. Both actually works out. Oops, sorry, wrong layer. That if you want, you can just switch it to gray, it doesn't matter, but to me, I'm just going to stick with the typical white. Okay, yeah, I guess that's done. Let's try this. Yeah, okay, now let's see what's the difference with this. All right, so we're gonna do it again, the same green, was somewhere about over here like this. Remember, again, switch the layer down to the bottom, and the difference is that now it won't. Okay, you can see my the mouse, right, the cursor right here, it's coloring the underneath but nothing's appearing, and that's because if we were to this, you would actually see this. Now asking yourself, why is there a yellow down there? And that's basically because of the fill option. So I mean, the okay, it's kind of the fill option color together with the glow, it kind of mixed together to create that yellowish in color thing, right? Okay, now the overlay is going to be very simple to do. What you're going to do is you're going to choose any green. Make sure that you have your colors all done. The tones, make sure that they're all white. Okay, and what you're going to do, switch to the overlay layer. From any point at all, make sure that's the outline of it. Okay, not the inner part, just the outline from any point, and it is going to basically do this. It's going to kind of like just trace it. Okay, make sure, yeah, they're about the same size. Right, now the size I chose for this brush, it's 10. Okay, so yeah, okay, I want to come back with the okay. So like I show you guys, basically all you have to do is just trace out and basically have the green part right here. And once you're done, what you're gonna do is simply on the same layer itself, you are okay. To me, I like the background to be black. Alright, so I'll be using black, but for if whatever you guys want, alright, if you guys want yellow, red, I wouldn't actually recommend you guys to use green because we already got a lot of green colors, right? First we got this green right here, next we got the outline, and then we have the body green. So using another green, it's I wouldn't really recommend it. Alright, so to me, I just like to put it simply just black. Alright, and also because using black basically brings out the aura effect over here as compared to any other colors. Alright, so yeah, that's it. If you're new, you may be wondering why I didn't kind of, do this, or why did I even make an aura layer. Okay, basically it's because if you do it on this layer, um it's going to kind of interfere inside and you're going to create this smudge over here. Okay, so that's why I didn't do it. And obviously why I didn't put this layer above, it's simply because in case, I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but in case this may actually happen. Okay, so yeah, put it below, it's always the safest. Alright, but yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. And also, you can check out my Instagram in case you guys need any help. For example, if you have any troubles drawing this and you want to clarify some questions, yeah, just leave me a message on my Instagram. It's on the screen right now. You can also find the link to my Instagram in the channel description. Please check it out. Alright, but yeah, so please remember to subscribe, um, like this video, and yeah, I'll see you in the next Beyblade video, which I've already completed the drawing. Alright, so hopefully the video should come out very soon. Maybe by Saturday or Sunday the video should be uploaded. Alright, but yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.